Life often brings us to moments where we feel powerless, weary, and overwhelmed. In these times, when our strength is depleted and our efforts seem futile, we are reminded of a powerful truth: God's grace is enough. It is not our strength that sustains us, but His unending mercy and love. The world teaches us to rely on our own abilities, to push through hardships with sheer willpower. But God's kingdom operates differently. He calls us to lean on Him, to trust in His sufficiency rather than our own. When we acknowledge our weakness, we make room for His power to work mightily in us. Weakness is not a sign of failure, it is an opportunity for God to reveal His strength in ways we never imagined. Paul understood this deeply when he wrote, "But he said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness.' Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me." 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9. There is a beauty in surrendering our struggles to God. When we stop striving in our own strength and start relying on His grace, we find peace. We realize that we are not alone, that the weight we carry is not ours to bear alone. His grace lifts us, carries us, and sustains us. Every hardship, every tear, every moment of doubt is met with His unwavering love. He does not condemn us for our frailty, instead, He meets us with compassion. He does not turn away when we falter, He draws closer. His grace is not just sufficient, it is abundant, overflowing, and limitless. When we are weak, He is strong. When we feel like we have nothing left to give, He steps in and provides. His strength fills the gaps in our lives, covering every insecurity, every fear, and every moment of exhaustion. He does not ask us to be perfect, He asks us to trust Him. Faith is not about having all the answers or always feeling strong. It is about knowing that, even in our weakest moments, God is still working. It is about believing that His grace is enough, even when we don't understand how. It is about resting in the truth that His love never fails. The enemy may try to convince us that our weaknesses disqualify us, that our struggles make us unworthy. But God says otherwise. He chooses the weak to show His strength. He lifts the brokenhearted. He uses what the world discards to build His kingdom. We do not have to be ashamed of our struggles. God invites us to bring them to Him, to lay them at His feet. He does not expect us to fix ourselves, He asks us to trust Him to do the work within us. It is the strength that carries us through the storms. It is the love that never lets go. And as we trust in Him, we find that His grace is not just enough, it is everything. Thank you for following Uplifted Moments.